The unsurpassing, infinite love of God in the midst of our humanity. Good morning, everybody. That's what we want to speak to on this morning. Speak into your life, speak into your week, speak into your day to understand even more the unsurpassing, infinite love of God in the midst of our humanity. How about that? Well, that's what we're going to share this morning. But before we do that, of course, I got to greet some people. And before we get into this morning's manna and just share this word on this morning, good morning, Erica. How are you on this morning? Francine, how are you on this morning? Brenda, how are you on this morning? Pastor Richard, how are you? How was worship on yesterday? Uh, I hope all was well. Good morning, Angela. How are you? The angel of Burlington or Greensboro. I get it confused. Which one is it, Angela? Is it Burlington or Greensboro? I just know my home girl. How about that? Good morning, Ari. How are you on this morning? Anitra, how are you? Tally, how are you on this morning? Good morning, Ella. How are you on this morning? What a wonderful morning it is. And I cannot break away from this whole piece that I've been dealing with at New Life about the love of God and Burlington. Okay. All right. That's where the church is and live in Greensboro. I got it now. I got it now. Bishop Cohen. That's right. My bishop. All right. Hey, look, I just want to share this word with you. But before I do that, let me give you some context, greet some people, and then we're going to get right into it. Good morning, Tony. How are you on this morning, Brother Nesbitt? Good morning, Anna. How are you all on this morning? First of all, did you go to church yesterday? Now, that's the main thing. Let me ask that question. And if you went to church, shout your man or woman of God out and the word that they preach. If you went to church yesterday, if you watched yesterday, shout your man or woman of God out and the word that they preach. Put it in the chat area. I'm going to give you the text to talk to take away 5 minutes or less. We're going to share about it's the love of God for me. It's the love of God for me. How about that? I want you to put that in there. It's the love of God for me. Let me just put that right in an area so we can just see that. It's the love of God for me. It's unsurpassing, it's infinite, but it is the love of God. It is the love of God. About that. Let me just share that. How about for you? That's what it is for me. It's the love of God for me. And that's what we're going to share. We're going to share that on this morning because on yesterday, let me give you the context of the text and then we're going to get just right into the word on this morning. Yesterday, my son in law preached a powerful word. He preached from the text John 6. In that text, you already know, that is where Jesus introduces himself as the Passover. They cannot handle it and they begin to leave his disciples, those who are dedicated to following him. They begin to leave, and then Peter raises the question after Jesus says, "Are you going to leave too? Are you planning on leaving too?" And then Peter responds, "Where can we go? Where we're going? Where are we going? You are the one that has the love for us in your heart. You're the one that has the words of life in your mouth. Where can we go?" That rang so in my spirit. In this morning, it's still ringing in my spirit, dealing with God's love. There's three things I want to share. And the text this morning is Song of Songs, or Song of Solomon, however you want to put it. Song of Songs 4:9. 4:9. For you reach into my heart, God writing, God talking through the pen of Solomon. With one flash of your eyes, I am undone by your love. Wow. Now that's a line. You leave me breathless. Let me read it again. Song of Songs 4:9. For you reach into my heart. With one flash of your eyes, I am undone by your love. You leave me breathless. You leave me breathless. God talking through the pen of Solomon about his love for us, about his love for us. Here's three things I want to share about God's love. God's love is attentive. God's love is attentive. Matthew 10:29 says, if a sparrow falls to the ground, he knows. Matthew 6 tells us that he says, the lilies of the valley, though they adorn in their array of beauty, the sparrows in the sky, why would you, are you not more than them? Are you not more than them? He's attentive. He's attentive to the point that he counts the hairs on our head. Palms, writes our name in the palm of his hands. He's attentive to us. Now, if that's not love, I don't know what is. He's very much attentive to us. Then the second thing is he gives us access. He gives us access. Matthew 27:51 says that the veil at Jesus' death, the veil was ripped from top to bottom. What does that mean? That no longer did one have to get or go to the priest for access, because only the priest could go behind the veil. No longer, not anymore, because now any and everyone has access to God. Any and everyone has access to God. You remember when David tried to bring the Ark of the Covenant, the presence of God, back to the people, and they didn't handle it right, touched it, fell dead. David got upset, sent it away, sent it to someone's house, and at their house became so blessed. David said, bring God's presence back. Everybody has to have access. As long as we do it right, we got to have access to him. Here's the third thing. The third thing is this: God's love is affirming. God's love is affirming. In Psalms 139:14, he says, I fearfully and wonderfully made you. In Jeremiah 1 and following, he tells you, he says, I knew you when you were in your mother's womb. I affirmed who you are. I'm very much affirming. He's affirming. He gives us access, and he is quite attentive. That's God's love. So what's your takeaway this morning? Your takeaway is this. I'm borrowing it from the message on yesterday. How can you leave a love like that? Because it's the love of God for me. How can you leave a love like that? Because it's the love of God for me. I hope it is for you too as well. If this bless you, bless somebody else. Don't keep it to yourself. Share the manna. And I'll see you tomorrow morning with more Morning Manna. And before I go, I just want to shout out to all of the life changers. All of the life changers, thank you so much for just turning out big on yesterday, doing the movie short that is being videoed and filmed at New Life. Got a couple of tapes I got to do today. Thank you for sure. And for now, for about the third or fourth Sunday in a row, someone is connected or given their life to Christ. Keep up the good work, New Life. Keep it up, life changers. Share the manna. Don't keep it to yourself. See you tomorrow morning with more Morning Manna. Bye now.